state condition, right? This will now have to acquire its own steady state after a while, and in the revised steady state, this L1 will offer 0 resistance, and the final current through this will be epsa by R. Under new steady state conditions, again L1 will begin to offer 0 resistance, right? And once it offers 0 resistance, then the current, final steady state current, is going to be epsa by R. Just after the abrupt change, this was the abruptness in the current, this was the revised current just after this, and then under new steady state conditions, the current became epsa by R. That was the thing. Does an inductor oppose change of current? True or false? Does an inductor oppose change of current? True or false? Does an inductor oppose change of current? Why no?
You said if you can't beat them, join them. That's what.
Oh, that's why. Because I just scared them by being tentative about their answer. That's why.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, that too. But there's no other scientific justification on what you said.
Sir, if you can't beat them, join them has a scientific justification. I mean, inductors follow inductors.
I mean, okay. Now, the flux through an inductor is Li. So if I changes, phi changes. So an EMF will be induced, df by dt, which will oppose the change of flux and therefore oppose the change in current. So why is that statement false? A change of current would
I initially thought and that's why I said yes, but then when yes seemed wrong, then I remembered that sentence and said what.
Okay, guys, I again invoke that question. Sit down. Will change of current mean? Will change of current be opposed in an inductor? True statement or false statement? Very technically speaking, false. It's not a true statement. Look, inductors are of two kinds. There is a constant inductance inductor and there is a variable inductor L. There is a variable inductor L. You know, there is a soft iron core that could be plugged in the solenoid, and by having different amounts of the iron core, soft iron core, ferromagnetic core inserted, you can have a variable L inductor, right? So despite change of I, the L could also be variable such that Li could be a constant, and despite change of I, if Li is a constant owing to variable L, flux is not changing, and then the inductor element will not be opposed to change of I as long as phi remains constant, and phi could prevail constant if L is a variable. L could be a variable. You could monitor the ferromagnetic core, soft iron core inside the inductor to have Li equal to constant. Despite variable I, you could have a variable L and Li could be a constant. So it will oppose change of flux always, but may or may not oppose change of current. It will oppose change of current if L is a constant. If it's a constant inductor, then for sure it will oppose change of current, because change of I would mean change of phi. But if it's a variable L, then change of I may or may not mean change of phi, and therefore it may or may not be opposed. So it's a false statement. Change of current may not mean opposition to that. Inductor element may not oppose that as long as Li is constant, right? Alright, the initial state of the two capacitors is like this based on the data provided, right? And imagine a current I to be coming like this. At some instant of time, this is charge Q, this is charge minus Q, right? Intermediate state when the current is I, right? Now, this and this together will hold 7 CV0, yes or no? At all times, the charge on this plate plus charge on this plate is 7 CV0. So, if the charge here is Q, the charge here must have been 7 CV0 minus Q at that instant, right? Minus Q, right? And obviously, the charge on this and this must be minus 7 0. So, charge here must have been minus of 7 CV0 minus Q must have been the charge here. So that the total charge on these two remains minus 7 CV0, right? Now, what was the total energy initially in the system? The energy in the capacitor. There was no current at time t equal to 0. So half of E total, which is the E at any instant of time. It shuffles between the electric field here and the magnetic field here, but then the total E remains the same, half of 2C into 4V0 squared, right, plus half of C into V0 squared. Yes or no? Half CV0 squared into 1632 plus 1, which is 33 CV0 squared by 2. 33 CV0 squared by 2 is the total energy at any given instant of time, right? Now, at this intermediate instant, the energy here plus the energy in the inductor must also be 33 CV0 squared by 2. Now, what's the energy here? Half Li squared at an intermediate instant. What's the energy here? Q squared by 2C. 2C means 4C plus CV0 minus Q squared by 2C, right? That's the total energy at this intermediate instant, and that must be equal to 33 CV0 squared by 2. That must be 33 CV0 squared by 2. Confused? Now, current would be maximum at an instant when di dt is 0, isn't it? Current would be maximum when di dt is 0. Now, in this case, from the figure that I have drawn, Q, if the current is flowing like this, Q is increasing with time, so I is actually plus dq dt. Dq dt is positive, so I is actually plus dq dt for this figure, right? Let me differentiate both sides with respect to time. Let me differentiate both sides with respect to time. So then I get Li di dt on the left hand side, Q by 2C, dq dt, which is I, minus 7 CV0 minus Q by C into minus dq dt, which is minus I, right? And this must be derivative of this, which is 0, right inside is a constant. And then very simply speaking, for I to be I max, di dt is 0. If I is I max, di dt is 0. If di dt is 0, that means Q by 2C is Q minus 7 CV0 by C. Q minus 7 CV0 by C, isn't it? So then you can solve for Q. This will be Q at an instant when I is I max. Yes or no? This will be Q at an instant when I is I max. So once you know Q at that instant, then you can plug in that value of Q and solve for the maximum current. You can plug in Q equal to that value and solve for I max and so on. Got me? There's no India England today, right? There is? Huh? Today. Where? Mumbai. Oh, 2 o'clock, huh? Oi! Okay, so the outer periphery is a LR circuit, right? The current in the LR circuit is this LR circuit. If you apply KVL to the LR circuit, the current in the outer periphery is like a epsa by R 1 minus e to power minus t into R by L, right? The current through this inner one would be, that's a RC circuit, right? That's a RC circuit. The current through the RC circuit is going to be epsa by R e power minus t by RC, e power minus t by RC. That's the current through the battery at any given instant of time, right? Which is like epsa by R into 1 minus e to power minus t into R by L plus e power minus t by RC. Now you want this goddamn current to reach its steady state value right away. That means it should become independent of time. This expression should be independent of time. Now that could have happened if this minus e power this is plus e power minus t by RC. That means e power minus t by RC, if that's equal to e power minus t into R by L, that means if R by L is 1 by RC, if R by L is 1 by RC, then at all times this will be equal to this, and then this will reach its steady state value epsa by R right away, instantly. You know what I'm saying? Huh? So for it to reach its steady state value right away, R by L must be 1 by RC, or R must be root L by C. R must be root L by C, because if that happens, then at all instants this will manage this, including t equal to 0, and epsa by R will be the steady state current instantly. All right. Now, initially, see, this is the circuit. Initially, S1 is open and S2 is closed, and at that instant of time, this capacitor is charged to 100 volts. The moment this is closed, this was a pre-charged capacitor charged to 100 volts. That means the energy in the capacitor at time t equal to 0, the energy in the capacitor is the energy prevalent in this loop, shuttling and shuffling between the energy in the electric field of this and the magnetic field of this from that instant onwards, right? So the energy, total energy in this loop that's circulating and shuffling is half of 900 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 100 squared, 10 to the power 6. That means 4.5 joules. That is 4.5 joules, right? Now, this 4.5 joules at intermediate instants is available partially here, partially there. At a later instant, this 4.5 joules translates itself completely into this and 0 here, and so on and so forth, right? And what's the time in which it completely gets transferred from electric to magnetic? Pi by 2 omega, like I said, pi by 2 omega, where omega would be 1 by root LC1 for this, right? Okay. Now, in any case, this circuit was operated for T1 seconds. This circuit was operated for T1 seconds. And after T1 seconds, it was thrown open. After T1 seconds, it was thrown open. And then this was activated. This was activated. Now for this, what was available is the energy in the magnetic field here, which circulated, and this energy got itself partially available here, and it shuffled between the energy in the magnetic field and energy in the electric field. And this was executed for T2 seconds, and in these T2 seconds, it was found that the 100 microfarad capacitor has 300 volts available across this. That means it was found that in T2 seconds, this was like half of 100 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 300 squared, power 4, 10 to the power 6, 9. So this is also 4.5 joules. Now, which means the following must have happened. It's easy to interpret what might have transpired. Look, this was the total energy, and this entire thing is available here at this proposed instant. That means this must have operated for T1 seconds, where T1 is like a pi by 2 omega 1 for this circuit, in which this 4.5 joules made itself completely available here, right? This electric energy got completely available as magnetic energy in pi by 2 omega 1 seconds. So 4.5 joules was available here, and then this 4.5 joules made itself completely available for this in another T2 equal to pi by 2 omega 2 for this LC circuit. Yes or no? You know what I'm saying? So that means T1 must be pi by 2 omega 1. Omega 1 is like a 1 by root LC1, and T2 must be pi by 2 omega 1 by root LC2. These must have been the shortest instants in which it could have been available, right? And the rest is calculations. Have you attempted more than this? We'll stop here for the day. We will have to go and watch the cricket match also.